Hello. All right, so in one video, we're going to answer 10 questions because it's pretty easy. And I already answered them actually on my way to work. I was coding and just answer the question. So I'm just going to re-code them here. They're pretty easy. I already have up to question 22 already up there. So I'll read them over, review them, and then we'll move on to the rest of the questions. So question 20 to question 30. Write a Java program to convert a decimal number to a hexadecimal number. Okay, so the answer to question 20 is like this. And the answer to all of them is going to be very similar. Some of them require a bit of a mixing of two functions, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So let's run 15. Okay, we use the integer to hex string function to return the correct answer, which is F. Okay, in question 21, the answer is pretty similar. Write a Java program to convert a decimal number to an octal number. So I put a decimal number and I'm going to use the integer to octal string function. I have to use it in combination with the print statement because otherwise the system will just convert it and not show it. So we're going to run this and 15 is equal to octal 17. Okay, question successfully answered. All right, and now question 22. Question 22 says, write a Java program to convert a binary number to a decimal number. This one is pretty easy. So binary, base of 2, that's what the radix is, or radix. So system uses 100, it should print out a decimal of 4. Let's see if I did it right. Okay. There it is. Answer is 4. Okay, and now I think the next one is a little trickier. For question 23, I will test my code out here. So it says, write a Java program to convert a binary number to a hexadecimal number. Oh no, this one is also pretty easy. For the other ones, we're gonna have to use a combination. So there it is, the string. Okay. Okay, to hexadecimal string. Okay, but this one we have to input a binary number. So we have to use, oh yeah, this one we have to convert mix two. So integer parse int, and we have to let it know that it's a decimal number, it's a binary number that we're taking. Binary numbers have a base of 2, so radix is 2. This is the binary number, so we're going to input this number, 1101. Okay, this parse int function uses a string as a argument, but then it returns a decimal. Okay, so we're going to use that decimal as the argument to the integer that to hex string function, so that this function can turn it into a hexadecimal string. Okay, the output should be D. Let's see if I coded that right. And there it is, D. So hexadecimal binary number 1101 is equals to hexadecimal number D. Okay. All right, and let's copy this. Let me see if I have the main method here. Oh, yes, I do. So let's just copy this code right here. Copy this code and bring it here. Question 23. Okay, and now let's go ahead and create another class. W3 question 24. We're going to answer from up to question 30. 31 I already answered too, actually. It's a little different. But we're gonna use this one and I'll record another video for the other ones. Okay. So question 24, what does it say? Write a Java program that to convert a binary number to an octal number. It uses the binary number 111. We can use anyone, but I'm going to use the same as the system to get the same answer. Binary number to an octal. So this is exactly the same process as here, except that we're going to use the octal to string function. There it is. Okay, octal to string function. Okay. And it should print out 7. So let's look at that. Let's see. And there is the answer. Binary number 111 is equivalent to octal number 7. Okay. So let's copy that code. It doesn't have a main method, so let's copy the main method too. Right here. With its brackets here. Okay, so question 24 is successfully answered. And let's write another class now for question. Oh yeah, W3 question 25. What does question 25 ask us? Okay, so write a program to convert an octal number to a decimal number. So octal 10 is equivalent to decimal 8. Okay, so let's refactor this number with Shift F6 to octal. That way, if the system will find it everywhere in the program and update it to the new name that I give it. So we're going to say octal 10. Okay, now octals have a base of 8. Now, parse int, you have to give it a string, which is why I have a string here. And then you have to tell it what is the base of that number so that it knows that if it is a binary, then the radix is 2, that is the base 2. If it is a decimal, then the radix is 10, base 10. If it is an octal, then radix is 8, base 8. If it is a hexadecimal, then you have to say that the radix is 16 for hexadecimal. So you tell it whatever it is, and it returns a decimal value. Okay, so if you were to use decimal here, you will just get the same number back, in other words. So octal radix 8. Now it will give you the decimal value, okay, equivalent decimal value. So I don't have to use toString, okay. I could use toString, but I shouldn't need it. So let's check this out. 8, right? Now let's do it without this. This is a redundancy here. This is a redundant function, okay? So let's not use it. Let's just go ahead and do this, okay? That should print out 8 still. See? Because the toString, what it does is it takes any number and prints a string of it, returns a string of whatever number you're giving it. Okay, so that was redundant there. Question 25 successfully answered. Very well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and write a program for class 26 to convert an octal number to a binary number. Oh, this one is going to be fun. Well, actually, it's just as easy. We just got to use a toString. Okay, let's do 26. Okay, we just got to use the, okay, octal again. Let's go ahead, F6, octal. Close that. There we go. Octal has a base of 8, but here, okay, we're going to use the toBinary string method or function. This is actually a function. This is the difference between a function and a method. Most people call it a method, but if you are taught according to the original idea behind Java, you realize that a method that does only one thing, like these two in here, are actually called functions. So a method that only does one thing and is the same thing every time is called a function. So these are two functions. So let's take a look. Write a Java program to convert an octal number to a binary number. So I'm using the octal here. Let's use input any octal number. In this case is 7. As I mentioned before, the parse int takes right here a string, and then you have to let it know what kind of number you're taking. In this case, is an octal. Okay, so the base is 8, radix is 8. and then it's going to take whatever it returns, which is a decimal, and it's going to turn that this function is going to take the decimal as its argument, and it's going to turn it into a binary number. So they should return 111. Let's run it. Oh, the binary number 111. Not 111, it's 111. And we got it right. So let's go ahead, copy, and give it to question 26, which is now successfully answered. Okay, so let's save it. Boom. All right. Question 27. Write a Java program to convert an octal number to a hexadecimal number. Input data, input octal number 100, equivalent hexadecimal number should be 40. All right, so this is pretty easy. Again, we're feeding an octal number, so this is going to stay the same. But this one, we're going to use hex string. There we go. And we should get 40. Let's run it. And there's our answer, 40. Okay, so we got 40. Okay. We got the right answer to question 27. So W3 question 27. And let's just again and copy and paste. And bring it over. And question 27 is answer. All right, so let's build a new class. I wish it was a shortcut so I don't have to do this every time. But actually, IntelliJ doesn't have that shortcut. Not IntelliJ community. We're going to do question 28, which is write a Java program to convert a hexadecimal number into a decimal number. Okay, this is going to be easier than the last one. Okay, again, we're going to feed it a hexadecimal number, so we're going to change this to hexadecimal. This is going to be hexadecimal, and we're going to tell the system that this is a hexadecimal number. Okay, now we're supposed to return a decimal number. So we could use the toString method, and it would just give us the right answer. But this toString method is a redundancy here. It's redundant in this code. Let me first copy it. And oh, I'm already doing it on question 28. Okay. Because we can return, okay, the decimal equivalent by just using parse int. This takes a string. In this case, we're telling it that that string is going to be a hexadecimal number. It will parse through the string to realize what number it is, and it will turn it into a decimal number. Okay, so hexadecimal 25, and it should return decimal 37. So let's see if I did it right. There it is, 37. Okay. So we got the right answer. Okay, let's go to question 29. Question 29. W3 question 29. Okay, question 29. All right. Oh, look. We cannot forget our main method, or our program will mess up. Okay, and let's just add another one. Oh, okay, we're good to go. So 29, write a Java program to convert a hexadecimal number into a binary number. So this one, we will need to use the toString method, but we're going to use the toBinary string method. Okay, so it takes a hexadecimal number. We're going to give it number 37. We're going to give that to the integer to parseInt function, radix is 16, to let it know that, hey, that number that you're reading, that string, is a hexadecimal number. And then we're going to turn it into a binary number, which is 110111. Let's print it out. And there it is. But hexadecimal number 37 is equal to binary 110111. Question 29 successfully answered. Boom. All right, well, let's go and do our final one, which is question 30. W3 question 20, no, 30. All right, so question 30. Let's just go ahead and copy this. Okay, so question 30. Write a Java program to convert a hexadecimal number. So let's change this to a hexadecimal. And let's tell parseInt function that this is not an octal, it's a hexadecimal, which is base 16, or radix of 16. And it should print out an octal number. Now, hexadecimal 40 is equivalent to octal number 100. So what we have to do is change the to octal string, the to hex string, to a to octal string function. Integer that parseInt returns always a decimal. Whatever you feed it, it will return a decimal. So if you feed it a decimal, it will also return a decimal. No, I think in that case, it actually returns a binary. But since we're feeding it a hexadecimal, it's going to return a decimal. So now we use it. We feed that decimal to the function integer that to octal string so that it converts the decimal to an octal string. Okay. And octal 40 should be hexadecimal 40 should be octal. Okay, should be octal 100. All right, so let's run it. And there it is. We have octal 100. Okay, that's a hexadecimal 40. This class is in Java, so good. Okay, so question 30 is successfully answered. Okay, now question 31. Question 31, I already answered question 31. Thing is that I haven't memorized I'm gonna explain it right now. For question 31, you need what they call keys. Okay, keys. And I don't have the keys memorized. So what you do is use a function that's called system properties. Okay, you can use please get property. Okay, and then you give it a key and then properties. All right, but if you and it returns whatever property you want, the version, the runtime version, the home, the vendor URL, the class path. If we use system.getProperties, it actually returns all those things at once. I don't remember the keys. It's like a string of Java dots vendor, I think it is. I don't remember. Okay. But if we run this one, it will give us all those things. Okay. All those things will, but actually, I'm not going to show that. Okay. I'm not going to show that because then I don't want people copying my IP address or anything like that. All right.